So today, again, welcome to pertourmarket.com. Today, I want to show you generally how to understand the HTML tags. They are very simple to understand. They format your work, and they tell us whether something is a title or a paragraph. So today, I will revisit some of the HTML tags that I've taught before, and the meaning they have, and the hierarchy of HTML tags that you're supposed to use. Plus, I will spice up your work with more, but not mandatory HTML tags that can make your work look decent and professional. So let me open my notepad. Remember, this is the text editor that we use at pertourmarket. So the first HTML tag that I will teach, I'll revisit, is the H1. This one is already done for you. So there is no task you will ever use H1 tag. This one is already used with the highest level of heading in your pertourmarket task writing process. And the one that follows that is H2 heading, and this is how you open and close. Of course, in lesson 3, I told you that H2 is your highest level of heading tag that you use while completing HTML formatting of your pertourmarket task. Yeah, that is followed in that hierarchy by H3. And this is how you open and close. We also have H4, yeah. And then we have H5, that is how you open and close. As simple as that. We have H6. And those are the major you don't have to use you don't have to, sorry for that, inconvenience was some network problem. You don't have to use all the HTML tags because it depends on how your content is. So what you need to understand is to look at the overall content that is required as provided by the guideline. Because as I told you, pertourmarket automatically generates the format of the content that is required. So what you need to do is to check the overall format of the content that is required for you to write, and then analyze it and logically reason around the content and understand where you need to have an H2, whether it is necessary to have H3, H4, 5, 6, depending on the content. Some content don't even require H3, so you need to look at it. If you find that, like this one, I already said that pertourmarket, so you don't use that. Then you look at, of course, every pertourmarket task will have H2. Because, of course, you have to introduce, you have to have the first heading, that is maybe a few words about the entire content. H1 is already written, is actually about the entire content. H2 is a subheading of H1 about now the content that proceeds it. Then now H3 is a subheading of H2. So for example, if I say the types of soil erosion is H2. Then now below it, I have, for example, the types now listed, and then I want to explain further. All the types that I'm explaining, the types of soil erosion explaining would all be H3s. Yeah. Then now, if I happen to have other subheading below each type of soil erosion, then I have H4. So you need to understand the hierarchy of the headings because that is a requirement. We need to see that you are logically analyzing the content and arranging and formatting it in that structure. Let me also repeat that after every heading, of course, we expect to see a paragraph. A paragraph is around a minimum of 3 sentences, and a maximum of 5 sentences. We need to have to structure your content so well that it meets that requirement in paragraph. Below each heading, we should see you paragraphing the content and expanding it to meet the number of words that's required. It is 800 plus, right? And now, so what I was teaching today is just an expansion of 3, but I will add something now. These are not mandatory tags. If you want a word, and especially a word that you want to emphasize, which was a keyword in the meta description, the meta title, and the H1 that you want to emphasize in the content, you need to use the strong tag. That is how you open and close, and then the word appears here. Yeah, you cannot use more than 3 strong. 3 strong tag elements in one text. And you also should never use or emphasize one word. So if you emphasize word like soil, the next remember this one is inside, is usually done inside there. So if you emphasize somewhere in the text like soil, the next emphasis should not be soil. This one is wrong, should be something like that. That is the keywords, types of soil erosion. I expect you to emphasize soil erosion and types, because that is what actually is the keywords in the title and so forth. So the additional keywords that I was talking about will be found inside the paragraph tags. You will emphasize like 3 times, and especially past. Yeah. Another final thing I want to add is when we're writing your content, and that affects the SEO score that you get, you should make sure that the keywords on the meta description, the meta title, and H1, the common keywords that come in those 3 areas are found towards the start of the first paragraph. Are we together? The first paragraph, especially the paragraph below H2, should carry those keywords in a very logical manner. You don't need to have them follow each other because the overall text should be human readable. It should not look like it's a robot. And then each paragraph, each heading followed by a paragraph. Even heading, for example, heading 3, as certain keywords that are also relevant to the H1 meta description, H1 tag, and the meta title. The paragraph that comes immediately after heading like H3, for example, H4, for example, should also carry the keywords in their heading. So that will mean that each heading will have a paragraph that follows it that is relevant to that subject. And it's around the keywords factor. If you're talking about types of soil erosion, you introduce, we should see the word type of soil erosion in the introduction. Then we have now, for example, types of erosion are like sheet erosion, gully erosion, splash erosion, just to name but a few, as types of soil erosion. If H3 is more about splash erosion, we should see the keywords splash and erosion in the paragraph that follows after the heading splash erosion. I think that is very clear and should be practiced in your writing. So that is it for today's HTML tags. I hope you have enjoyed it. If any question, please post in the below comments. I will be standby to answer. Thank you so much. Remember, these are additional tags. The strong tag, we have so many tags, external tags that we can use. You can only learn and implement the ones we have. And they make your work more professional. Not that it can be approved without these tags, but they make the work more professional and it will score higher because this is one of the parameters used by our SEO analytic software to determine the SEO score. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Catch up soon. Catch up soon. Catch up soon.